Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant and welcome back to another video where we're just going to be doing some coding. So let's minimize myself here and let's have some fun. Alright, so I have this project that I've been working on. It is a machine learning neural network image classifier of the MNEST data. So previously, I went through kind of the structure of what the code's doing. I think I understand it now. I think I have a good idea of what's happening. We're feeding it, we're taking in the data set, we're passing it through a neural network, we're going, viewing our loss function, and each batch is 64 uh, images large. And then what we're doing is we're just updating our parameters of the loss function to say, okay, let's make this better. So each time we do a batch, we make the parameters better and better and better. And then we do multiple epochs. Okay, so that's kind of what we're up to. But there's some problems going on here. So the first problem that I'm immediately seeing, so my entry point into this project is actually right here in this train.py. Now when I do train.py, it runs this main function here. And this main function, you notice it just automatically gets the MNEST data. And we actually have two data sets that we are interested in. We have this MNEST data set and we have this CIFAR10 data set. So we want to be able to kind of dynamically take in arguments and then utilize those arguments. The other thing that we're not very we're not could be classified as a problem is look at this model for there's the LNet model, there's the VGG model, and then there's the ResNet 18 model. So there's three models. And as of right now, when we go to train, it just says that the model is the LeNet model. Okay, it doesn't care what parameters we pass into it. So even worse is you look at models here, and the only model that is actually implemented is this LeNet model. So we don't even have the other models implemented. So today in this video, what I am hoping to be able to get done is, there's one other problem, is just like, why is our entry point really train? I feel like it should be that we have a separate file, and that's why I was kind of creating this run file. I feel like this should be our entry point, or maybe I could call it main.py or something like that. I feel like this should be our entry point, and then I call the train, and then I call the test, right? Because if I do my training here, well, that doesn't seem, or if I do my training here, yeah, that makes sense. But then if I do my testing here, see, I was about to implement testing, and I was thinking like, just logically that doesn't make sense. Now, this is actually a pretty interesting problem because I'm not exactly sure how to use multiple different files within Python. How do you, okay, so if I have this run.py, how do I actually call things from this train.py? How do I execute this main within this train.py? How do I pass, well, I guess passing in parameters would be there, right? But those questions, because I've never worked with a Python project that was kind of like that, and this is exactly what I was hoping to do with working on these projects. Is not only am I trying to learn machine learning, okay, yeah, I'm going to learn how to use PyTorch, I'm going to learn how to do that, cool, but also I want to pick up along the way all of those software engineering skill sets, right? So that's why I'm doing these projects for fun, because I'm curious about machine learning, but also because I want to build my skills in those important skill sets. So anyways, let's start implementing this. So I'm just gonna go to run. Okay, now I'm gonna try to call run, or sorry, I'm gonna try to call train main. Okay, so can I do something like this? Train dot main, like this. Then can I do like hashtag import. Oh wait, no. Import train. Can we do that? And then what if I have something like this, where instead of train.py, I call run.py. Let's run.py. Oh darn. Okay. That didn't really do what I was hoping. So it obviously, wait, why was this? Oh, this was, so if you notice, this was changed because I actually commented out all of these lines of code here. And the reason was because I was initially thinking that I was going to call this test file from this train file here. But then I was thinking, wait, hold on. And that's where I kind of got that feeling in my head like, I don't quite feel that this is right. I feel like I should create another file called run and then call both files from that run. So that's why when I noticed that, I was thinking like, okay, well, let me pause the video and now start this new video up after a little bit of a break. So it was, I think 8 o'clock was the last video that I made, and now it is 10:30. Again, this is water, not coffee, so. All right, so obviously that didn't work. Why? I'm not exactly sure. So I was expecting it to come into main. So I have here, and I have train.main, right? And I was expecting it to come into train, and then get my main, and then do this, get the data, and get the model. Okay, now, as I said, right now, it's hard-coded to be this data set and this model. We're going to change that. We're going to pass that in as a parameter to main. But then it should have set these parameters for the loss function and the optimizer, and then perform the train, and then printed a whole bunch of things, okay, similar to this right here. So this is when I was just running the train. Okay, and then it should have plotted that. So actually, let me, I should be able to just paste that. Let me show you what I'm expecting it to do. So like this, and then it does this, print, right? It's, right now it's in its training stage here, and then it'll pop up with a graph. So don't be scared when a graph comes flying onto the screen. So anyways, it's not working. Let's start to investigate this. So I'm gonna go, whoops, oh, backward. This was because I was looking for the backward function within one of the things. So I'm gonna go to GPT and then say like this. Here, ooh, oh, see. Hope you didn't get scared with that. Here is our graph, and it shows the training loss over the epochs, and it's going down. So that's pretty good. All right, so here is my, and what are we calling this? Run.py. Okay, run.py file. I have another file called train.py. Oh, I'm going to put that down below. Okay, so here, train.py. Seen below. Okay, so we're going to do train.py. Command all, copy, paste. I want to use run.py as my entry point. Hold on a second. I never actually run main. Hold on a second. What if main I just defined main. Okay, hold up a second. Not this one. There, there we are. Yo, look at that. That's pretty cool. Yo, look at that. That's cool. All right, man. Oh, I don't even need to ask that question. Let me come here. Let me move myself up here and let's yeah. All right. So now the next question is going to be how do we actually pass in arguments? Because as you notice in train.py, I'm just ignoring the imnest and the Linnet. It's like I'm just hard coding it. Let's change that. Actually, before, do we want to change that? Yeah, let's change it. Okay. I want to pass in arguments to my Python run.py script that is model Linnet and dataset imnest. How do I set up the Python run.py to be able to take in these arguments passed in through the command line? Is there a way to set default parameters if no arguments are passed in? Right, let's go. Absolutely, I like that. To pass command line arguments such as model Linnet and dataset imnest to your run.py script, you can use Python's argparser module. This allows you to define arguments your script accepts to handle them appropriately, including setting default values. All right, so import argparse. So let's do that. Import argparse. Okay. All right. Then what do? Main. So okay, parser equals argparser run script for model. Initialize the argument parser, okay? And then I add arguments. All right, so let's do this. So let's get our dunder. So if name equals main, okay, then we want to not immediately run main, but we want to set up our parser. So parser equals argparse dot argument parser, I'm gonna guess, and then argument parser. Now description equals, okay, so I don't understand why we need a description, but description equals, like, why do we need a description? What does that do? Run script for model training. I guess it sounds reasonable. Run script for model testing. Training. Yeah, sure. Training. Okay, so now we need to add argument. So parser dot and then add argument. Yeah, add argument. And what do we want? So that's kind of what we are passing in, like when we do this. We have model, Linnet, dataset, MNIST. Okay. So I pass in the string for the parameter, like this could be dash dash m, or it could be dash dash z, or this one. So this gives me freedom to kind of like choose what I want. Awesome. So let's choose what I want. I want it to be a model. Okay, that's what I want it to be. And then I think I need to tell it what type it is. Okay, default Linnet. Okay, but where is it saved now? Okay, anyways, type equals string. Okay, and then default equals Linnet. Okay. Help. Why do I need help? Help equals type of module. Oh, that's maybe if they type in something invalid. I don't know. Anyways, let's do it. Sure, help. Okay. So that's model. We're gonna do the same thing with data. So just copy and paste this. Not the main though. Okay, copy. Come here and paste. So now I want data and MNIST. MNIST. Okay. And then type data set. MNIST. Okay. So we added this argument parser. Okay. Now args equals parser.args parse. So okay. Args equals parser dot parse args, like this. Parse args, okay. Now there is something called model and something called dataset. So it kind of took away that double dash. So now I can use args.model and args.dataset. So okay, args dot, is it just like in here? I'm curious. Args dot, these are like, okay, I'm not seeing just model, but anyways, model args dot data set. Okay, now my main should take in model and data set. Okay, now I'm just going to try to print model. So print you have entered main. Okay, and then I don't want to run this. And I do want to do print data set. Okay, let's see if this works. Run and passing in everything. Look at that. Look at that. That is nifty, huh? Okay. Cool. So now what do we want to do? We want to take that in. Okay. And we want to pass that into our train.main. So we want model and data set. Okay. So train is going to come in here, and it is going to take model and data set. Okay. So now I can do something like this, where I say if model is equal to Lynette, and I'm thinking that this isn't possibly the cleanest way. I think if I was looking for some clean way to do this, I would have to use kind of like a dictionary or something like that, where I have the associated string and its value, which is like Lynette, so then I can kind of associate them together. I think that's the clean way to do things. Right now, I'm just gonna, I'm just trying to get things to work. But we'll have to focus on, we'll have to come back to that and make sure that we don't just like forget about it. And then else, raise, raise exception or accept. Okay, I don't know. Exit. Something like that. Anyway, so if I do like this and then Lynette should say exit. Or it should do exit, which it does. Awesome. So let me just delete that S, because I know that if I don't, I'm going to forget about it and then be wondering why my program isn't running. So let me just do that. And now let's do the same thing with this data set. So if data set is equal to mnest, okay, then we want to run this, else we want to just exit. Okay, nice. Okay, so that's training, and we're not doing any testing now in train, so we're able to kind of keep that clean. I actually don't even think that we need this plot anymore, because shouldn't we plot this in the main? That's what I'm thinking, or in run. Thinking run's main, we need to plot things. Okay, so here in test.py, I don't think we need the dataset because we're going to be passing in the dataset to this is test. Why am I training the model? This doesn't make any sense. No, I think that this is wrong. Initialize the model. Model equals simple neural network. I'm not doing that though. I'm not creating another neural network. Don't I want to pass in the neural network that I just created? With test. Okay. So evaluate the model. This sounds like a test. So model.eval. Set the model in evaluation mode. Okay. This has any effect only on certain modules. Okay. So with torch.nograd, correct equals 0, total equals 0, okay? So for images, labels in load tester, so that's one of the things that I commented out because I'm going to be passing in the arguments. Okay. Torch.max. So we're finding the max probability. Okay, and then size of and then we're seeing which ones are correct. So let me save the model. Okay, let me just tab this over and let me do def train test. Okay. I don't think I need any of this. Let me, what I'm gonna do is, oh wait, this is class? Wait, this is a class. Well, all of that was a class, but I don't think I need this though. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I need this. Let me just come here and comment all of this out. So load data and then process it. I don't need a simple neural network. I created one already. So let's get rid of this. Train it? I don't need to train it. I already have one. So let's do it like this. Let's see if this works. Okay, so now test here. Okay. Maybe main. Okay. And this should take in a parameter, which is I see test loader. Okay, so I need to get test loader, and this is going to be those images and labels. This should probably be the same thing. So it's what this returns. So from my run now, instead of my train, I need to get the data. So right now, I have this here that I get the train loader, but this is in my train.py, not my, and so my test.py has no access to it. I should move everything here to my run.py. I need to get the model and the data set. Okay, so let me move that over. Models.linnet, import linnet. From datasets, import this. Okay, so that's how ChatGPT did those. Okay, so from here, what do I want to do? I want to get my data. So let's see. Like this. Okay. Again, it looks very. It doesn't look clean at all. At all. At all. I don't like it. I don't like that. It just. Okay. So now I should be able to comment this out. Okay. Okay. And this cross entropy should be here because this is part of the training. Okay. And now I need to pass in train loader. That should make this go away. Okay. And I also need to pass in the model. Okay, so I will also need to give it the model. Model. Okay, so that means from run, I need to get train loader. Train loader. And I need to pass in model. Okay. Now, it doesn't know what Linnet is. Okay. I realized I probably should have used some kind of version control, because what if I made a mistake and I'm like, oh no, I can't get back. I mean, again, with projects, that's the thing with projects, is you're learning along the way. So, all right, next time I'll try to get the version control so that if I make a mistake, I can redo it. I can undo it, I should say. So now run.py. That's because I didn't import yet. So I need to import these two things. And I'm also going to need to import the matplotlib. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste there. Okay, so now this should be okay. So I'm just training. I'm passing in the loader and the model, and then this one is having, it also needs the model, so model, okay. So things should be in order, I'm thinking. Let me run this and see if we get, okay, so it is working, and let's make sure that the shape is what we're expecting, and then we can start moving forward. So let's take a few seconds to have a drink of water while this is running. All right. It's taking a little long. Okay, cool. So it is what we're expecting. I am going to, in this run, I'm going to take out those print statements, because I know that printing things can take a little bit of time. So I don't want this print loss anymore. And I don't want this print shape. We already, it filled its purpose. We know what's going on. Okay. So now I guess what we should try to do, I'm just gonna, from this run, I'm gonna try, so import test. So now I should be able to test.main train loader and model. Okay. And it should come in here and set the model to evaluation mode. And then it should see the accuracy. And then tell me what it is. Makes sense to me. Let's see if that does it. Okay. Loss.py, I don't need that right now. So I think I can delete this in my train, because we have successfully passed in those parameters. Alright, so one more epoch. There we go. So see if it does training. Accuracy of the model is 96.8%. So it's significantly above guessing. So we would actually, it's not even, well, okay, hold on. I was about to say, it's, if it was above 50%, that would be statistically significant, but remember we actually have 10 classes, 0 through 9. So actually, if it's above 10%, that's a significant indication that it's legitimately learning, that it is a valid model. Now we're at 96, so this is great. Okay, so let's now try to plot the graphs together, right? Because I want training and testing together on the same plot. So, okay. How am I going to do that? Test. Oh, and it saved it here. Neural network. Okay, well, apparently it doesn't. Apparently that doesn't work. State diction. Oh, because it's a dictionary. Okay, so I should be able to like access it or something. So I could do something which is like in my train, I get this train loss, which is an array. Okay. And then I fill it up here by each epoch. If I did it that way, I would have to do test actually. I would need to call test on my model every single time. I would have to do something like this. I would have to, let's see, import test. Okay. And then I would have to do something like test underscore losses is equal to an empty list. Okay. And then for this, I would run my test. So test.main and pass in test loader. So test loader, right? And then, ooh, that's not, doesn't like a train loader. Train loader. Okay. No, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. This seems. I think I could hack it out, but it does not seem like a. Not sustainable. It doesn't seem like a clean and like elegant way of doing it at all, and it seems like this is going to get very complicated very quickly. I should keep everything in this main. So I need but I need ways to do epochs. Because I don't want to pass in everything, right? Like I don't want to. Hold on a second. Train loader, train loader. I did this wrong. This is test loader. So this has a 96 accuracy. Hold on a second. I don't think we did this right. Okay, it's running. It's doing its thing. Okay. So I see the loss is decreasing, right? Let's see how it generalizes to the testing data. That's what I'm very curious about. So essentially what I was trying to do a few moments ago is each of these are epochs, right? So the 0th epoch, the number 1, 2, 3, 4, each of those. And so I'm getting the loss for this epoch on the training data. I'm getting the loss on this for this training data, right? But I now need to also put the testing data. So I need to, at epoch number 1, put in the training data, or the testing data, sorry, so that I can get a plot. But the only time that I have access to that epoch event is in my train.py here. So I would need to pass in as a parameter to this train my testing data as well. And now you can see it's getting very convoluted, and I don't like where this is going because now I'm going to have to pass in 1,000 different parameters to my train. And I'm thinking this is not a very nice way of doing this. But I don't know how to get around that. Let's see if the training that does generalize though. Let's see what it says. 96.8%. Was that the exact same number though? 96.86. This is 9.8. That's weird that the testing data would have 96.98. Okay. The last one, this was actually the training data that I put in. 96.86. So the testing data had the higher accurate. That doesn't make much sense actually. That's weird. Why would my testing data have higher accuracy? Okay, I am highly suspicious of that. I am highly, highly, highly suspicious of that. Okay. Should we ask GPT how it would organize things? Okay, let's do it. Okay. Here is my what is this? Run.py. Run.py. Okay. Here is my, and I don't think I need these. Yeah, I don't need this. I'm going to delete it because it's not useful. So here's my test.py. Test.py. Okay. Here is my train.py. Okay. Train.py. I want to be able to graph my training and testing results for each epoch on the same graph, but if I pass in so many parameters to the train.py, this seems to be an suboptimal way of programming Do you have any suggestions? Okay. I see where you're aiming. You're right. Passing too many parameters between scripts can be cumbersome. By refactoring your code a bit, we can make it more modular and efficient, while still allowing you to graph both training and testing results. Let's streamline it a bit. Okay. Train and test in one go. We'll manage training and testing in a single loop, keeping both results and plotting them together. Okay. This just does it together. That's not really what I was wanting. That's not really what I was wanting. I want to keep them separate because I want to practice. This is something that I'm trying to practice, is having so many different files but keeping it clean. I'm curious, is there like some kind of object-oriented programming paradigm that I'm not seeing? So yeah, if I have something like this, like test, this is terrible. Loader, okay. Then I can have test losses is equal to here. Then I can have test losses dot append running loss test, okay, length of test loader, okay, running loss test, running loss test equals 0.0. Then I just need to test it, right? So test.main test loader. And then I need to capture that. I need to get it back. So testing loss equals test.main. And then test.py, in the main, it needs to return the accuracy, which is what? Correct divided by total. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I don't like this at all. And then I need to import test. And then this needs to be, oh my gosh, test loader. And then this needs to be test loader. And then I need, oh my goodness, are you guys you guys are seeing the problem, right? Like, this is awful. This is awful. What? Why? Um, What? One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it doesn't like. Okay, whatever. Equals. Yeah. Just go away. I mean, that. Okay, whatever. I just want to see if it works. I don't like this. If this doesn't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Cannot be interpreted as an integer. Does that work? Error data type. Okay. I'm trying to think, do we abandon this this rabbit hole? Do we abandon this? I really wish that I could do this by passing in the epochs. But I also think that as I scale this, this is completely unmaintainable. And this is just like 3 files. If I have 6 or 7 and I'm trying to pass them between each other, you can see the problem that's arising. So I am going to try to undo what I did. So I don't want anything to do with testing. So we are going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of it. We are not going to have this test loader. We're going to get rid of it. We are not going to have this test losses. No, we are not. We are not going to have this test. No, we are not. Running test loss? Nope. And that's a no from me. Test loader? Nope. I do not want you. I do not want you at all. Okay. Train losses. All right. So let me do a control F for anything that says test. Test. Known. Okay, good. Now we go back to run. I don't want to pass in the test loader from here. I don't want to do it. Okay. I do want to try to run my model again and see if it crashes. This is kind of where the print statements might have actually been a little bit helpful to indicate, hey, like you're still running. But okay, my loss function is going down. That's nice. So while this is running, assuming everything passes and everything is good, I need to try to figure out how to actually structure this because I'm seeing a potential problem going forward. Okay, that's cool. I'm seeing a potential problem going forward. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know the architecture, and I think the architecture is extremely important within software. Like that's one of the most important things within software engineering is not just like how do you write the code, because obviously ChatGPT is able to write programs like, oh, here's code, right? But how do you actually structure things together in a cohesive way with a bunch of files? How do you do things in an organized manner? I think this is vitally important and a skill I am significantly lacking in. So I need to figure out, like, how do I do this? Okay, so I'm gonna try to think about this overnight and see if something comes to me. Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure. And then 97%. Okay, that's fine. Ah, that's even higher than the 96. Okay, that's maybe not fine. But it's okay. Like, everything is in a steady state right now. It's working. There's no errors, no compilation errors, even though Python doesn't compile, but that's okay. Anyways, um, so yeah, going forward, I am going to be trying to think about how to actually structure this because I have not. I don't know. I have no idea how to actually structure this. And I feel like this is indicative of a fundamental idea or concept within software development that I am missing. So I'm gonna be trying to figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Actually, wait, I forgot. I have to do a leak coding video. So I will see you guys. Oh, it's almost midnight. I will see you guys in a few minutes when I am doing my leak coding. Actually, I think Susie is about to get home, so I'll welcome her back home, and then I'm gonna be doing another leak code video. As I said, every day doing a leak code, not gonna stop. So then the leak code. So then tomorrow I'll be making another uh machine learning video where I'm trying to figure out how to actually structure this. And that's going to be interesting. I need to think about that. We'll see if I figure out an idea. Anyways, I think Susie's home right now. So I'm going to go welcome her home. She got home from school. All right. See you guys.